Okay, hold. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Interesting. Okay, we got most people back. There might be a few of you who didn't get a chance to log in the last time. But welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. I'm looking at Go Guardian, and a lot of folks are still someplace else. All right, we're going to do a couple of things today. Um, all right, we're going to look at a video, and then you're going to do an assignment based on the things that you've seen in the video. I'm gonna give it a few minutes for everybody to get in. Like I said, I know, and I'm still trying to change the sites. I might need to go in here and edit this and take that link out because the link didn't work. So let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. All right, let me go to announcements and take that link out of there. Uh, well, let me edit. Mhm. Edit. There we go. All right, so I'm right on out. It didn't work. I don't know what they fixed it as, so we'll leave that alone. See. Okay, so that should be better. All righty. So if you're logging in for the first time, you weren't here the other day, I'm Miss Harris, and I'm going to be taking over from Miss Kalasian. She had other responsibilities that she needed to do, so she needed to turn this class over to somebody else. So we are going to be starting working on Module 8. And what we're going to do today is first watch a short video. And what I want you to do, looks like somebody already did it, but I need you to watch the video first. All right, so I think what has happened is I couldn't delete the video file that was there, things in there that you might need to see. So you're going to see it's probably going to be where when I save a lesson, that's where it'll be. So right now we have this lesson saved, this video saved, and if I can get it to go full screen.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, let me try to get. That's the commercial. Let me see if it will. Here we go. No, that's not the video. Okay, let's try this again. I'm having a day where everything I'm being challenged by everything today. That it finished it. Because I watched it from here the other day. Skip. There we go.
When we are When we are little, we are often asked the question, what is fear? Number 1.
Give me a minute. We still got folks coming in. I'm gonna get this figured out because it just asked me a minute ago, do I want to see it full screen? Well, I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute. I'm gonna pull it up a different way. Because now my whole screen is frozen.
I'm writing an essay on cats.
Okay, I got it.
Cats and art history. I'm an art history major, and this final is due on Friday. Same day, I'm going to. I write incredibly.
All right, so I have a pencil and paper handy so that you can jot down some things because you're going to need to use the information from the video to work on the assignment. And it just froze on me again.
We are little. We are often asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow older?
And as a child, the answer is usually something like an astronaut or a firefighter. Still, when it's time to make that decision in your late teens or even adult years, it can be extremely hard to find the answer. To help you come to the right conclusion and avoid a life slumped over a desk, here's 7 steps that you should follow when trying to find your ideal career path. Number 1. Make a list of your hobbies. To enjoy what you do for the majority of the day, it's essential
I'm almost scared to pause it. All right, let me
to
go
find a
back
job that
just a
you
little
love.
bit.
So the best place When we are little, we are often asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow older? And as a child, the answer is usually something like an astronaut or a firefighter. Still, when it's time to make that decision in your late teens or even adult years, it can be extremely hard to find the answer. To help you come to the right conclusion and avoid a should follow when trying to find your ideal career path. Number 1. Number 1. Make a list of your hobbies. To enjoy what you do for the majority of the day, it's essential
It's
to
not
find a
letting
job
me
that you love.
pause.
So the best place to start is with your hobbies. What are you passionate about? What would make you get
Right,
out
so
of
write
bed on
down
a cold wintry morning to go to work?
number one,
While
make a
your
list of your
passion might not be your
hobbies.
forte, it's a good starting point to help you figure out what career you want to pursue. Number 2.
Write that down.
Discover what you're good at. What you enjoy and what you're good at can be two very different things. For example, you might enjoy dancing, but you're actually really good at organizing. So a job as an event planner, office manager, or personal assistant may be a sensible choice. As well as listing your hobbies, create a second list of skills that you possess. Number 3. Identify your personality traits. In order to find the right career fit, you're going to need to take a closer look at your personality traits. While you might be a gifted singer, your introverted personality might not let you succeed in this field because you're too anxious to stand on stage in front of people. Therefore, it's important to identify and take into consideration your personality traits when it comes to your career path. It can often be confusing to figure out, so a state-of-the-art career test like our own test, Career Hunter, can help you discover your most suited professions using scientific data and testing. To try it out for free,
Don't worry about
check
that.
out the
We're not
link
doing
in the
that.
description below. Number 4. Determine what you want out of a career. It's also necessary to identify what it is that you want out of a career. Do you want to receive a high salary, have a respectable job title, or simply work for a cause that you care about? By answering these questions, you can narrow down what types of roles you'd be interested in working towards and find the path to success. Number 5. Talk to industry experts. Once you've narrowed down a handful of careers, talk to industry experts and find out more about the job and industry as a whole. They will offer insight into the day-to-day practices, working hours, progression, and further opportunities, which will help you get a clearer understanding of that career. Number 6. Research the job market. Besides talking to career experts, you should also research the job market and see whether there are opportunities in this field, or whether it's a career that you'll struggle to secure. You also need to determine whether the role you are interested in has the potential for career progression. Otherwise, you will get bored working in the same position for years on end. Number 7. Discover your core values. Lastly, identify what your core values are and use them to find a career that is fulfilling for you. Make a list of qualities that are important to you and identify companies who have the same core beliefs. This will help you narrow down your search and discover industries that you would be a good match for. As you can see, it's not that difficult to find the right career when you have a good way of identifying your interests and strengths. Looking for more advice? Head over to careeraddict.com for additional opportunities. And don't forget to like this video and click on the subscribe button to get more insightful tips.
Okay. Now, let me see if I can stop it this way. Now that
What
it's
you're good at can be two very
okay, I'm going to pause it that way. All right, so you should have a list. Everybody should have a list because you're going to need this list to follow this list in order to answer the question. So number 1, you should have written down, make a list of your hobbies. Let me see if I can do it this way. There we go. Make a list of your hobbies. That's number 1. Okay. Make a list of your hobbies. All right, shorten it, do shorthand, write list hobbies. Then let's go number 2. Decide what you're good at. Let me see. To get there. There. Number 2. All right, discover what you're good at. Just write that down. All righty. Discover what you're good at. Number 3. Identify your personality traits. See, a lot of doing these activities is about knowing who you are. Some of you don't know, haven't spent time with yourself to know who you are, but it's important that you do that. What are your personality traits? Number 4, determine what you want out of a career. Right? You don't want to just go out there and make some money. You should want something out of the job that you're looking for, ideally. Maybe at first you go out and the first job you get might be just to make some money. But eventually there's a difference between a job and a career. Okay. Number 5, talk to industry experts. Interview some people, or you don't interview them, look up there's TED Talks that you can watch about people who work in the field that you're interested in, and see what they're talking about. See if what they're doing is something you really like. Number 6 is research the job market. How many jobs are there actually out there in that field? And what are your chances of getting into that field? So research the job market. Some jobs you might have to relocate. So are they in your area? Are they in the state? Do you have to move someplace else in order to do that job? And then discover your core values. What is important to you? What are your do's and don'ts? What would cross the line for you that I'll do this, but I won't do that? So what are your core values? So these are things that you need, 7 things you need to meditate on. Okay. All righty. All right. Believe it or not, that's in the uh, thingamajiggy class video page. All right. So this is your assignment. You've got 2 parts to this assignment. All right. Step 1. Come up with 3 questions you would ask yourself in order to find the right job to match the skills and experience. So use these 7 pointers to help you decide what are 3 questions that you would ask yourself, and then answer the questions. Okay, step 2, ask the question. You do need to write the question down. You do need to write an answer to the question. And then you need to find 3 companies that are looking for your skill. Okay, so once you have decided on what jobs match your skills and experience. So again, you need to know your personality traits. What do you like to do? What are you good at? And is there a career? Most of the time there is a career for what you're good at. Okay, if you like to draw, then there's careers out there that require people to draw. If you like to work on cars, then there are plenty of mechanic places. So what are you good at? What are you interested in? And ask yourself 3 questions that would help you. So again, use that list of 7 things to guide you. So for example, say, what are my personality traits? And answer what your personality traits are. What are your hobbies? Write down what your hobbies are. What do you want out of a career? Write down what you want, or write down what your core values are. So pick 3 things from that list of 7 and answer them. And then look up. So then you're going to have to research, find companies that cater to the skills that you're interested in. Okay, so that's your assignment for today. And then you need to turn that in. And then, of course, if you still have questions, please ask. All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to do attendance. So I'm going to stop sharing. Can everybody find this in their to-do list? I believe it should be in the module as well. just looking at it from student view. All right, so you're going to, again, there's 3 parts to this. So you've got to do all 3 parts in order to get all your points. 9 points, 3 points each. 3 points for coming up with 3 questions, 3 points for the answers to those 3 questions, and 3 points for the names of the companies that are looking for your skills. Again, if you're signed in, you should be doing class. My expression for the year is to use class time to do class work. You shouldn't be doing other things, just logged in for attendance sake. Use class time to do class work. Everything can be done during class time, so there shouldn't be a reason to have late work or work that's not turned in on time. Then you need to find one that does. There are companies that do that. Then, if you really can't find a company, what about what would it take for you to start your own company? Because somebody just asked me, what if there aren't any companies that need your specific kinds of skills? And that's all well and good, but let's focus on ones that do. Let's focus on looking at your skills and finding a company that, or finding, look, you should have, you got more than one skill. I'm sure you have more than one skill. Find a skill that does have a company attached to it. Okay, let's look at it like that. I mean, down the line, if you want to do your own thing, you form your own company that will cater to your skill, and that's a possibility. But for today's activity, we want to pick one of your skills that there are companies for. Because again, you might need to work for somebody before you start your own company. Okay, so Nia says she has skills in, I'm sorry, Naya, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Nia, Naya, come on, Mike. Nia, okay, Nia. See, I said it right the first time. All right, skills in gaming are and then there's jobs in gaming, so type in gaming. And music, there's all kinds of, so you have several skills. So just, you got more than 3 skills. So what matches, job titles actually are out there that match your skills. All right. And again, if you have a question, please, if you're not sure what it is that you're doing, please ask. I'll be checking you out on GoGuardian and doing attendance. Again, you got to have a reflection moment. Think about it. What is it you do? What is it you like to do? Okay, we're still missing quite a few people. Okay, let me see if I can do that. You want the link for the assignment? Okay, I'm gonna put that up there for everybody. There you go. All right, so I put the link for the assignment in the chat. If you had trouble trying to um, find it in Canvas. And again, those 7 things are: make a list of your hobbies. What are you, number 2, what are you good at? Number 3, what are your personality traits? Number 4, what do you want out of a career? Number 5, talk to experts. So that's probably not going to be a question that you're going to have of your 3 questions, but that's something you should do. And number 6, research the job market, which is what you're doing for number 3. And what are your core values? Okay. And that's something you really should ask yourself when looking for a job. There's certain jobs out there that require you to do things that you might not believe in. All right. So again, if you're logged in, you should be working on this assignment first before you think of trying to do anything side assignments for somebody else or play games. I see somebody playing a game. Mhm. All right. Good afternoon, Melanie. All right. Let me put the share screen back up for a minute. Okay. For the benefit of those who just came in late, uh, this is the activity they're working on. I'm going to type those 7 points in the chat. Hmm. Um, when you say they play on YouTube, in other words, there's some people who have their own, and I'm not sure what you mean by that they play on YouTube. They are playing for a specific site and it's seen on YouTube, or they are creating their own podcast and they show it on YouTube. I'm not sure, Raylan, what you mean by that. Yeah, on Tuesday we had some difficulties because it's a new class, so I had to add a new link. So not to worry, not to worry. We just kind of talk general on Tuesday, and then Mr. Phillips and Miss Martin had to go in and try to fix the link so that everybody could get in. So I'm sure that because I got quite a list of people here now who are still not in, but we'll get it worked out by next week. The link is correct now, so it should be okay. All right. All right. So, okay, so the benefit of those who might have come late and missed the video and didn't see everything, you are basing your answer for the activity on the video that we saw earlier. And the 7 points from the video were that you should um, examine your hobbies. In other words, again, get to know yourself. Examine your hobbies. Number 2, what are your skills? What are you good at? Number 3, what are your personality traits? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you like people? Do you like talking? What are your personality traits? What are you good at? What do you want to get out of the career? Do you want to stay in the same place all the time? Do you want to advance? Do you hope that it's a company that will broaden your horizons, or are you okay just doing the same skill over and over again? Uh, After you figure that, talk to experts so you can research online. If you're not suggesting that you go out and interview people, but you can research online. You can watch TED Talks and figure out what people in that industry are talking about. What do they really um, expect for people on their job? And then research the job market. Number 6, research the job market. Are the jobs that you're looking for in your area, or will you have to relocate? How far will you have to travel for this job? And what are your core values? What is it that you're willing to do on this job, and what are you not willing to do? And if it's something that you're not willing to do, that's probably not a job that you should be looking for. Okay. All right. So use those 7 points as a guideline to answer these 3 questions. So you're going to ask yourself 3 questions, you're going to answer the question, and then you're going to find 3 companies that are related to the skill that you came up with. That's great. That is wonderful. And again, you could have been doing this in Google, and then you upload your Google Doc. Or I think you can type it in do it in a text box, and you can do it that way as well. Ah, I am having such trouble today. It logged me out. Now I gotta log back in. Which means I need to verify. If you already know and you've already talked to the industry, write about that. So you identified the industry. Have you identified places, several places, or just one place that will hire you? Okay, so you can suggest 1 or 2 places. Are they local or are they out of state? Talk about that. And again, it is a good thing to know starting at this age what you want to do because your high school classes can be so your electives can be selected according to what you want to do. And when you start actually looking at your transcript, which you have to send to every company, they want to know your grades, what classes you took, how well you did in your classes. It will look good if you took classes that are related to the field that you're interested in. Okay. Okay. So Melody, you are ready for the next step. So I'm going to open this up and tell you what that is. Just a sec. My computer is so slow today. Okay. All right, so we're in Canvas and we are in Module 8 and we are looking at preparing for a job. And in the lesson page at the very end of the job market, there is a question. So before you get through all of that, I think we went over this yesterday, but if you haven't read this over, because you weren't here on Tuesday, Melanie, read this over. And the very next thing that we're going to consider is what do you understand? What does your understanding the job market and job description have to do with your life today? So that's going to be the next thing we think about. Okay, answering this question. All right, so again, if there was anybody else who wasn't here on Tuesday, for whatever reason, because I know, like I said, we had a lot of technical difficulties on Tuesday, go into Canvas and we're looking at Module 8, Unit 8, Preparing for a Job, and look at Lesson 1. Read through that. And the next thing we're going to look at is talking about this question down here. Yes, writing in full sentences is always a good idea. Thank you so much for that. It gives a clear thought. And if you're going to bullet your answers, also write in a clear sentence as well. Okay, that's fine. And yes, please do read over what you're going to submit, and that way we don't have to submit more than one time. What is happening here? Oh, okay, it's student loan. All right, so I see a couple of you have turned it in. Again, read over that page in Canvas if you've already done that. And start thinking about the question that I just showed you. Whoops. Stop sharing. Have to look at grades. Don't want to do that. Stop, stop. Here we go. Okay. Riley, I like the way you formatted your answers. So that's pretty good. And again, basically what you are saying is you want to work for yourself, but you have a market for your product. And I like the way you answered that. That's a good way to do that. All right, well, keep tweaking. I didn't get to yours yet. Keep tweaking. And folks, things need tweaking, I usually uh, give a grade, but I also put resubmit. If I put resubmit on it, that means you can send it back once you decide on the correct way, what you want your final product to be graded. Good. And again, folks, this is really supposed to be a today activity. You have an extra day next class to get it in. After that, it's late. So you want to make sure that you are not turning in late assignments because um, Canvas automatically takes a quarter of a point off for every day that it's late. So you don't want to lose any points on something that you could have been doing in class. Okay, I was just about to get to yours. So hopefully the one I'm going to look at is the one you want me to see. And you're right, you wrote a lot. Mm, very good. You did a great job. Um, and we're going to talk later because finding a talent agent is good too, but we're also going to talk about these search engines that will search for you, that you put in your resume and they search for you. So we're going to talk about that later on as well for free. You don't have to pay a talent agent. NFL marching band. Huh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Rylan, are you in the marching band now? Any at your school, at your home school? Okay. So again, like I said, when you think about your, and that's good. When you think about your career choices, a lot of the classes that you take in high school, thinking about it now will help you select what you're going to take in high school. And for example, like you say now, you'll take music and marching band once you get in high school, and then that will springboard you to continue from there. So that's good that you're thinking about it now and you know that you want to do that. That's good, good, good. And I think that's the whole purpose of this course is to get you thinking now so that when you get to high school and you have a select, there are certain classes you have to take to graduate, but then there are classes that are designed to make you feel good. that are designed to help you uh, support your career goals. So you got to start thinking about, what are your career goals? What classes should I be taking that'll be the next thing we talk about. What classes should I be taking that will help me get to my career goals? There's an expression that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you got to start thinking ahead of time. What is it I want to do? And how am I going to get there? And these days, there's a lot of people applying for the same jobs. And so you've got to be more attractive to the company than the other people. So your resume has to look sharp, your transcripts from school. They actually ask for transcripts from your school, so you want to make sure that your grades look good. And you got to start that now. Hmm. All right, Melody. Be looking for you in the future. All right, folks, we got like 2 minutes left to class. Any questions? Any questions? A couple of you still haven't submitted anything, but I know you're thinking. I know you're thinking, and you'll get that submitted soon. And hopefully by next class, we'll have all the links working. My computer will be working, and then we'll all be able to progress at a productive pace. Because like I said, I think the people who are missing might still be struggling to get the link properly. So I took that one out of the announcements because that one didn't work. All right, so if you're in a good place to stop, feel free to stop, log out, and I'll see you on Monday. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Hmm.